This is my first time playing Error Busters, and it broke me. I feel so unlucky. I've only reached the paper soldier stage, where it rages and one-shots my team. But I have to become a true Error Buster. So, I have to make this journey of beating the Cookie Hound. Just beat it! No need to climb to 10% or 5%.
Lies, lies, and more lies.
Let's begin where I left off yesterday. Before I slept, I finished upgrading the attack protocol to +30 so I can get all its augments. Hopefully, this helps with the run. Now my game plan is simple. I just need to get Creme Brulee early on, get a lot of cooldown and attack speed buffs, and then get Mystic Flower along the way. Now, it's time to attempt beating this doggy.
The first attempt.
Right off the bat, we're on a bad start. Just look at these cookies. And look at these buffs.
Disgusting!
Luckily, it was remedied by this and this. So far, so good. Creme Brulee shredded this cloud thingy. And I got some juicy cards. Then, Creme Brulee wrecked this turtle. And then I got some okay cards. Now here's where I struggled. This Jack-in-a-Box does so much DOT damage that this rare cookie can catch up with healing. Luckily, I have the Mystic Flower Cocoon thingy, so I barely survived and Creme Brulee did most of the damage again. After that, I replaced Capsaicin with Sorbet Shark, which was a stupid decision. But it's okay, because I got to choose from these nice cards. But it wasn't really okay, because I have a rare healer, and I don't have enough crit rate for Creme Brulee to finish this crab off fast. So there were some casualties, and lots of grave wounds. Speaking of grave wounds, I found this child's grandpa, so I kicked this kid off. Then I also had the revive card, which I forgot about, so Sorbet was revived. Anyway, I was off my journey to a new run.
The second attempt.
Like before, I started off with a very unpleasant team, and it didn't get better along the way. The cards were also pretty meh overall. This team struggled to clear this measly hound. And took a while to clear this moon, or cloud, or planet thing. And took a while with this turtle too. Yet all that waiting was for nothing, because this Jack-in-a-Box bodied this team.
The third attempt.
This run was way luckier than the previous one. I got Creme Brulee early on, and had PV and Rebel right at the start. I also got these great treasures. So all the bosses before the Crabman was a breeze. Surprisingly, the Beetle was easy too. And so was the Paper Soldier. However, the lack of significant attack speed buffs made Creme Brulee do way less damage in a short span of time. So this book heated up and ate up my team.
The fourth attempt.
I got Mystic Flower really early on. And I thought to myself, finally, this game has blessed me. But I spoke too soon, because all the treasures I got were poopy. And I never got Creme Brulee. So of course, the struggle was real against the bosses, but I managed to beat all of them, up to the Jack-in-a-Box. I was also able to withstand the Crabman, but the lack of Creme Brulee or a crit DPS means that this is like fighting a brick wall. So I just ended the fight right there.
The fifth attempt.
So I got Mystic Flower at the start again, and the characters I got were actually great. I even got Creme Brulee along the way, so that's good. But of course, this game hates me, so the cards were especially terrible. Only less terrible than not clicking the subscribe button. So yeah, Creme Brulee wasn't able to quickly shred the Paper Soldier.
The sixth attempt.
This has to be the luckiest I've ever been. I got Creme Brulee right at the start, and then I got Mystic Flower early on. I also got Rebel, Plus, I was blessed with these very beautiful cards. So yeah, every boss was wrecked along the way. This includes this crazy book. And I finally reached the cake doggy. Here's the full run. I dealt about 272 million damage. And now, I'm officially an error buster.
Finally!
So this means that the video is over, right? Wrong. Because I'm competitive, my next goal was to reach the 10%. To reach that, here is my new game plan. First, I need to have creme brulee. Then, I have to get these cards. And then get as much attack speed, cooldown, and crit cards. And also get buffer supports or debuffer supports. Alright, here I go.
The first attempt.
This run was mostly great. I had some great cards, and I had some great characters. But there was one anomaly. This cookie.
Hi, sisters.
Of all the cookies that should have been replaced, it should have been Angel Cookie. Anyway, I still reached the doggy and earned a decent score.
The second attempt.
I got creme brulee early on, and I had some decent cards. The other characters were also okay, I guess. Surprisingly though, because I lacked an attack speed buffer, creme brulee wasn't able to quickly dispose of the Jack-in-a-Box, so 2 cookies were down. But the crab pinched everyone else but the mummy, and this resulted in the longest 40 seconds of my life. I also reached the beetle, and this mummy fought longer than most cookies would have.
The third attempt.
I got creme brulee, so that's a check. I also got 1 buffer and 1 debuffer, so that's great. And I also got rebel, so it's excellent. But of course, I can't have good things. So the only good cards were this. Anyway, all the bosses were a breeze because of the team comp, even though there was no healer. I even reached the cake hound, and I was able to deal a significant amount of damage in a short span of time. This score led me to the 10% of players, which means that this video is finally over, right? Wrong. I still wanted more, so I aimed to reach the 5% of players. To reach this, I'll just add a few things to my current game plan. First, I need to specifically get this card. And then I just need Rebel. Okay, run time.
The first attempt.
This run was kinda poopy. I didn't get any significant attack speed buffs, and the cookies were kinda meh. So I got demolished by the Crabman.
The second attempt.
I had really great cards and had really good cookies. However, the lack of a healer was a problem starting the Jack-in-a-Box. Everyone barely had any HP left. And because I had no significant crit buffs, the fight with the Crabman was long enough for it to eliminate almost everyone. Creme brulee barely had any HP left. Surprisingly though, I reached the doggy without creme brulee dying. And he was able to fight until the hound rages. Anyway, this has to be the longest battle ever.
The third attempt.
Jack-in-a-Box sent me to the next run.
The fourth attempt.
So I got pretty excellent cards, but I didn't get Rebel or Creme Brulee. But surprisingly, this team beat all the bosses. This team even reached the cake hound, so don't lose hope if you don't have Creme Brulee, I guess.
The fifth attempt.
I got both Creme Brulee and Rebel early and got some pretty nice crit and cooldown from cards. Surprisingly, even though I don't have any attack speed buffs, I reached the K count really early. Honestly, I was worried that this team will be deleted after the K count rages because I don't have this card. But apparently, having another summoner helps a lot despite having very low cooldown. I just kept pressing for I don't know how long. Then I mispressed once and my team was deleted. Anyway, this score made me reach the 5% mark.
Yes! Yes!
So this video is finally over, right? Still no. To have flexing rights, I aim to reach the 1% mark. For the game plan, I just wanna get lucky. Alright, let's go.
Because I don't want to edit like 30 more clips. I'll just show you 3 of my best attempts.
The first best attempt.
So I had this team which has Creme Brulee, Rebel, a buffer, a debuffer, and a deadweight. I also had a lot of cooldown from cards, though attack speed and crit was kind of a problem. Anyway, this team comp slapped. I was able to constantly do damage all throughout the 4+ minutes of the run. So this run led to this total score, which is sadly not enough to reach the 1%.
The second best attempt.
So for this run, I had Creme Brulee, Rebel, 2 buffers, and 1 B buffer. I also had these cards, pretty balanced in terms of CD, attack speed, damage amplification, and crit. Because of the team comp and the move speed card, I reached the hound early. So this went on for like 6 minutes. So yeah, I got this score, which is still not enough for 1%.
The third best attempt.
I had the best team ever. I have B buffer, A buffer, a D buffer, Creme Brulee, and Rebel. I also had nearly all the best cards you can imagine, except cooldown. Anyway, here's the full unedited run. It's so amazing to see. So this team dealt 2 billion damage in a short span of time. If I had more cooldown, I'd probably be at least rank 1 or 2 overall. But anyway, I reached the 1% with this team. So this video is finally over.